Peace, beloveds. Okay, you know how they always say laughter is medicine. I always wondered why I was a giggle bug. Oh God, I love my God, my God, it's so much because oh, the clarity. I love clarity. I love when I get clarity in life. Oh my gosh. Okay, so spiritual battle. You already know how that goes. It be trying you every day. They be coming for my joy. You can't come for my joy, baby. It is a spark inside of me. You can't get my spark. So, spiritual war going on. And I was just driving. I was just driving. And it was like, TikTok, what you got for me today? Because when I put the questions out there, I'm not out about right now around other people. It is only the three of us. And but only I can get outside of YouTube. So I'm on TikTok, just like literally just popped on TikTok. I slid one time. I don't even know because it didn't resonate, so it didn't click. I slid because I'm driving. I slid. Third slid. I hear you need to understand this about yourself. Oh my goodness. It is one of those right on time, right on point. One of those chick. That's a confirmation if I know not one. Talk about who am I, right? They always say you don't want to ask that question. And now I'm starting to understand why they don't want you to ask that question. So there's things that you know about yourself that you really don't know why you do what you do. Me personally, I understand that a lot of my the most recent way that I deal with people is due to the traumas that I have experienced. And so I was very mindful these past 3 to 4 years now where I have been on that mental spiritual journey, and 4 years ago I pretty much found myself combining both aspect at the same time, not just working on my spirituality. I literally told my counselor when I started this journey that my goal in therapy was to get to the understanding between what is my mental health issues and what is my spiritual understandings. And so for the past 4 years, I have dedicated everything to that. I have had to continue finding a way to do that. Well, actually, it started really during COVID, as far as trying to find all of the resources in the midst of everything shutting down. Yet luckily enough, I was able to find 3 different companies that I was able to work with. And with that, I created my own program. And so, right when I was ready to be like, okay, let me first be my first test. If this is a program God wants me to put out there, let me be my first client. I like to be the one to say, I'm putting this option out there because it's something that worked for me. So before I could tell anybody, hey, look at checking yourself into the mental health hospital as a way to take a time out, I didn't feel comfortable giving that advice until I had experienced it myself. When I made the decision to say, you know what, I need a reset. And so after watching my baby sister have a stroke, and the doctor saying how this was medically impossible at the age of 19. And my other sister had called me one day talking about, I'm afraid if you stay around our family, you're going to end up with the same mental problems as our older cousin that used to live with us. With all of that being thrown at me, plus, y'all already know the spiritual warfare is real. When they literally be sending you things to get you to feel that you are now mentally insane, that you can't do nothing by yourself, that you have to run home to them. You have to go to them because they're the only ones that can solve your problems. We all have experienced that. We just didn't know that's what we were experiencing. We just end up finding ourselves repeating those patterns. So when you finally become alert to that and you decide to no longer participate in that cycle, you're going to find yourself in a place where there's literally nobody with you. And so once they see that you're able to at least not be manipulated by them like that anymore, then comes the other side of that. So you're cut off and you have nobody. People ask you, oh, you need something. You never ask for help. And then when you ask for help, nobody can ever help you. And the whole time you're thinking that it's all you. You're gone crazy and that, you know what? I'm just not going to partake anymore. And so once you finally say, you know what, I'm going to start on my own, this is when the spiritual attack really starts to come because they don't have an eye on you on what you're doing anymore. So now they send other people to come and snoop for them so that they can know what to pray against or what to do black magic against. And not because our parents go to church and have and say they're Muslim mean that they do not practice what our people practice back home. So with all of that going on, I decided I want to know what's the difference between my mental health, my right now, and what is just spiritually attacking me because they want me to submit. And so I took the time and said, okay, now that I have a friend that lives with me, I can leave my kids with her for 7 days. Let me go check myself in for 7 days. I brought in my journal to take notes, and that is when it all started. Let's just say the moment I walked into that place, I knew where my spirituality began. I knew where my spirituality began the moment I walked through that door. I knew where not to go, where to go sit, where to go hang out. I was very non social the first 2 days, but then the second day I saw those who were there for the same timeline that I was on. And so I was able to have conversations with those people, and one of them happened to be my roommate. So that worked out. And by the end of they ended up letting me go in 6 days. I tried out the medication, found out, okay, no, that don't work for me because you're talking to me right here and I can't hear you, but they having a whole conversation over there and I can hear them. A pin just dropped and I heard it, but I can't hear you standing right here in front of me. Nope, this don't work for me. So it took a minute, and it was by choice because I said I wanted to go past all of my self limitation of, oh, I'm African and we don't do medications. No, I got on the medication. I chose to do the medication to balance my situation in my mind. Once that got balanced, I was able to then clearly see the difference. And then when I got back home, it then hit me. And so after that, your body is going to do what it does to defend itself. And so I met today Light Shield, and she just broke down exactly who I am, the being that I am, and why I am the way I am. And I am just so grateful for you. Part 54, if you haven't seen it, is part of her Wisdom and Truth playlist. Who we are has already been made by God. We're just here to live out that destiny. And at any moment, in any situation, we could say we're done. So that's why for me in this moment, I'm heading to the courthouse. Because that's life.